Hello students, welcome back to the class. So the last classes we have discussed about Rajya Sabha and we have discussed about the entire composition and function of Rajya Sabha. In this class we will discuss about the Lok Sabha. We will go forward. Lok Sabha, we already know this is the houses of people representative, first one. So we will discuss about Lok Sabha. Lok Sabha is a houses of representative of people, representative of people. Lok Sabha is a lower house, we will say, that is a houses of people representative. Why? Because there in the Lok Sabha we can find the representatives are appointed by the people, and that's why this house is called people representative. We will discuss about Lok Sabha. Lok Sabha, first it is called as lower house. So when we are talking about Lok Sabha, this is about the lower house. Okay, the lower house of parliament is called as Lok Sabha. The reason here we can find what is the reason is to become the member of Lok Sabha, your age should be 25 years of age. To become the member of Lok Sabha, your age is how much required? 25 years of age, and that's why this is a lower house. But in Rajya Sabha, what we have discussed, Lok Sabha, to become the Lok Sabha 25 years, to become the member of Rajya Sabha, what we have discussed 30 years. That's why that is upper house and houses of elders. But when we are comparing Lok Sabha, the Lok Sabha first point is this is called as lower house because to become the member of Lok Sabha, your age should be only 25 years of age, which is required according to the constitution. Next one, this is a popular chamber. Lok Sabha is a very popular chamber. There are many reasons are there. Lok Sabha is a popular chamber. Okay, first thing is, if you see that this is popular due to the size. The size of Lok Sabha will be very bigger when compared to Rajya Sabha. And most of the people in Lok Sabha are very young. Okay, and that's why. And next thing is, whatever the important bills like crucial bills like money bill. When we are discussing about money bill or financial bill, money bill and financial bill, first it will be implemented and introduced in Lok Sabha only. So whatever the money bill and financial bill will be there, that will be introduced in Lok Sabha, and that's why Lok Sabha is a popular chamber. Now here if you see the maximum strength of Lok Sabha, the maximum strength of Lok Sabha will be 550, and behind that the strength should not be exceeded more than 550. That is the maximum strength of Lok Sabha. Previous strength is 545, but at present situation when we are talking, the maximum strength is totally 550. Okay, so normally up to 550 is a last strength, means after 550 the strength should not be exceeded. At present when we are talking about the strength, okay, when we are talking about the maximum strength, okay, 524 overall if you see, total exact strength is 545 strength. In that 545 strength, 524 people are not appointed from the state, 19 members are appointed from the union territories, and 2 members are appointed by Anglo-Indian. These Anglo-Indians are nominated according to the amendment, Constitution Amendment 104, according to the Constitution Act, Article 104, according to the Constitution Article Act 104, that 2 Anglo-Indians should be appointed, and they should be appointed in the Lok Sabha. So here we have seen the maximum strength is 550, behind that the strength should not be exceeded. But overall strength, if you see, the total strength is 545 members. In that 545 members, 524 members are belongs to state, and 19 members are belongs to the union territories, and remaining 2 members are belongs to the Anglo-Indians. Okay, Anglo-Indians means whose nativity is from India and from the other country also. Okay, so who are the residents of both the countries. They were called Anglo-Indians. Either the parents are India, if they born in other country, they were also called as Anglo-Indians. If the father is from India, or if the mother is from the foreign nation, then the son will be called as Anglo-Indian. So that two Anglo-Indians should be appointed. So this is about the present composition of Lok Sabha. So out of 545, 524 people should be elected from the states, and these peoples are appointed from the states through election, direct elections. Children, these elections will be conducted for every 5 years, general election. In the general elections, we are nominating the members from the states and union territories. Okay, so this if you see 543 members which are nominated as a member of Lok Sabha, these members are directly appointed through general elections. These general elections are conducted for every 5 years. Okay, every 5 years when the elections are conducted, that is general election. In this election, people, the ordinary peoples, by exercising their vote, they will appoint the representatives, and based upon these representatives only the Prime Minister will be appointed. Okay, that is one point. Next we will go forward. Elections, when we are talking about elections, these members are mainly elected by the voters directly, registered voters. So these members are directly elected by the registered voters, and these voters from the states and from union territories, or sometimes they will be appointed directly through universal adult franchise. Universal adult franchise. So universal means all. Okay, universe means all. Adult means those who complete 18 years. Franchise means right to vote. All the people who complete 18 years of age right to vote. That is called universal adult franchise. So according to the universal adult franchise, the member of Lok Sabha will be appointed directly. So the member of Lok Sabha will be appointed by the voters who completed 18 years of age and who have right to vote. Voters. All the voters in our country, all the voters, registered voters, if they have registered, if they completed 18 years of age, they have right to vote. So these members, these voters will appoint the members of Lok Sabha. The members which are appointed here, these members are appointed by the voters from the states and union territories through directly they are appointed by universal adult franchise. Universal adult franchise means we have seen that universal means all, adult means 18 years, franchise means right to vote. So all the people who complete 18 years of age, they have right to vote. That is called as universal adult franchise. Then according to the apart from this, some representations are reserved for SC and ST caste. Okay, in Lok Sabha we can find some seats are reserved for SC and ST caste also, children. So representatives are selected from SC and ST caste. According to 87th amendment, when we are talking about 87th amendment, 84 seats should be reserved for SC. SC in the sense scheduled caste. When you are talking about SC, scheduled caste. Okay, scheduled caste, scheduled tribe. SC is nothing but scheduled caste, ST is nothing but scheduled tribe. So SC and ST should be appointed. So whenever the Lok Sabha seats are reserved, according to the 87th Amendment Act, some seats should be reserved. Out of 545 seats, not all the seats will be given to all the people. In that 545 seats, some seats will be reserved for the SC and ST caste according to 87th Amendment 2003 Act. This Act was passed, this Act was amended in 2003. According to this Act, some seats should be reserved in the Parliament. 84 seats should be reserved for SC and 47 seats should be reserved for ST caste. Reservation is common, children. Reservations are common in every area. So not only in the Parliament, in the member of Lok Sabha also, the total number of seats, some seats are reserved for SC and ST caste. SC in the sense scheduled caste, ST means scheduled tribes. So according to the 87th Amendment 2003 Act, 84 seats should be reserved for the ST caste and 47 seats should be reserved for ST caste. So this is one point. Now we will go forward. Now we will study about what are the qualifications to become the member of Lok Sabha. First one, to become the member of Lok Sabha, you should be the citizen of India. So you should be the citizen of India. If you are the citizen of India, then you can become the member of Lok Sabha. Second thing is your age should be 25 years of age. You should be completed at least 25 years of age, and that's why Lok Sabha is a lower house. Lower house in the sense young people can be appointed. Raj Sabha is an upper house because some elder people will be appointed in this house. Okay, that's why that is also Raj Sabha is called the houses of elder and Lok Sabha is called as lower house. So the reason is here to become the member of Lok Sabha, your age requirement of age is only 25 years of age. And here one more point is Lok Sabha. To become the member of Lok Sabha, you should possess some other qualifications which are required. You should possess some other qualifications also. So whatever the qualifications are required, what are the other qualifications are required to become the member of Lok Sabha, all the other qualifications you should be possessed. And if you are appointing or if you are nominating for election, then you have to make the security deposits of 25,000 rupees. 25,000 rupees. So if you are a normal person or a normal citizen, okay, then you have to deposit 25 rupees, 25,000 rupees you have to deposit as a security deposit, and then you have to contest elections. And normally if you are from the SC and ST caste, the security deposits only 12,500 is a security deposit, so you have to deposit and then you have to contest elections. So this is about the qualification to become the member of Lok Sabha. So first qualification is you should be the citizen of India. Second qualification is your age should be 25 years of age. Third qualification is you should possess all the other qualifications which are needed for member of Lok Sabha. And fourth one is, if you have every ordinary citizen who are contesting for the member of Lok Sabha, they should deposit security deposits of 25,000 rupees, they have to deposit it. Or if you are from the SC and ST caste, you have to deposit only 12,500 rupees for the security purposes. Now, according to the Representations of People Act, RP in the sense Representations of People Act, representation according to the Representations of People Act, what we have to do, the candidate should have to submit the affidavit. In that affidavit, that should be mentioning about the education qualification. You have to submit about the assets, how much liability is there, how much we have to pay, whether we have to pay certain amount of money to others, death, assets, liabilities, and these are the other things which we have to mention. So candidate which there are contesting for the post, they have to submit the affidavit in which they have to mention about the assets and liabilities and education qualification also. So when you are contesting for the position of member of Lok Sabha, and then when you are selected as a member of Lok Sabha, then you will take the oath. The oath you have to take in front of President. Oath is nothing but servicing before promise. So before discharging your service, you have to make some promise, and that promise where you have to make in front of President of India, you have to take your oath. So children, normally in the Lok Sabha we have discussed about, first one we have discussed about elections. In Lok Sabha we have discussed about election, then we have discussed about qualification, and then we have discussed about oath. So this is the point we have discussed in the member of Lok Sabha. So this is one point. So what we have discussed, Lok Sabha is a lower house and this is a popular chamber. The maximum strength should not be exceed more than 550, and at present when you are talking about the strength 545, in which 524 members are appointed from states, 19 members are appointed from union territories, and 2 members are appointed from Anglo-Indian. And elections when it is conducted, these members, the member of Lok Sabha will be appointed directly by the voters from the states, union territories, and that they were elected based upon the universal adult franchise. The voters all over India are universal adult franchise in India. So now out of 545 seats here mentioned in Lok Sabha, some seats should be reserved, such as according to 87th Amendment Act. Okay, according to 87th Amendment Act, 84 seats should be reserved for SC and 47 seats should be reserved for ST. SC in the sense scheduled caste, I said, lower caste, they comes under depressed class, and ST also comes under depressed class, and that's why because of long time they faced a problem, so some reservations were given to this class, and that reservations is in the form of seats in the parliament. 84 seats should be reserved for ST and 47 seats should be reserved for ST people. Then we have discussed about qualification. Should be a citizen of India, should complete 25 years of age, they should possess some other qualifications which are required, and a normal citizen when he is contesting for the member of Lok Sabha should deposit 25,000 rupees. If he is from the SC and depressed class, 12,500 rupees is sufficient, half. According to the Representations of People Act, whenever the people are contesting for the member of Lok Sabha, they should file an affidavit. In that affidavit they have to submit, in that it should be mentioned about education qualification, okay, that should mention about assets and liabilities of the people, okay, and after selection they have to take the oath. Service, before discharging the service you have to take the promise, and that they will make in the front of President of India. So children, in this point we have discussed mainly what we have discussed about elections, qualifications and oath. In the next class we will discuss about some important topics about Lok Sabha, okay. So we will meet you in the next class. Thank you very much.